fox.
The Little Mermaid. Chapter 13. The Voyage. The grandest ship in the kingdom was chosen to take the prince to the neighboring kingdom. Decked out with ribbons and banners, it was ready for the voyage. The prince explained the trip to the Little Mermaid.
It is my parents' wish that I meet the princess. But you and I know that I will never marry her. After all, she surely cannot be the girl who saved my life.
Once again, the mermaid thought,
How sad it is that he doesn't know I saved him.
But if I had to choose a bride other than the maiden,
the prince continued.
It would be you.
Then he kissed the mermaid in his brotherly way. The Little Mermaid smiled up at him.
Maybe my dream of marrying the prince will come true after all,
she thought. And for the moment, she was happy.
You will come with me on this voyage, my little companion,
he said.
I just hope you won't be too frightened by the sea.
The Little Mermaid smiled to herself.
My prince doesn't know it, but I will feel right at home at sea.
The Little Mermaid, along with the royal travelers, boarded the grand ship for their overnight journey. That night, while everyone slept, the Little Mermaid sat on deck, gazing into the sea. She thought she saw her whole family floating just beneath the waves. They seemed to be calling to her to come home.
I wish you well,
she thought.
But I must follow my heart.
The next morning, the ship came into the harbor of the nearby kingdom. Its king and queen awaited the prince and his companions. Trumpets sounded from tall towers. The citizens of the land gathered by the docks to greet their guests.
He's handsome,
a girl shouted when she saw the prince step off the ship.
What a wonderful match for our princess,
said an old woman.
It's a pity that she isn't here to welcome him. She'll be here tomorrow,
replied the girl.
A little wheat won't hurt him.
The next day, the hours passed quickly as everyone celebrated in the streets. At last, a royal guard rode through the city announcing,
Come to the palace hall! The princess has arrived!
Everyone rushed to the hall. They all wanted to get a good look at her. Pushing through the crowd, the Little Mermaid was very curious, too. Finally, the princess appeared, tall, delicate, and dressed in white satin.
She is truly beautiful,
thought the Little Mermaid.
And she looks a bit familiar.
The princess's perfect skin was pale and clear. Her black hair was long and shiny. Under her long dark lashes were the deepest green eyes that the Little Mermaid had ever seen. The Little Mermaid thought,
I'm glad my prince is not interested in marrying her.
But then the prince stepped up to greet the princess. When he saw her up close, he gasped.
It is you! You are the one who saved my life. I remember waking up on the shore to see your face.
He took the maiden's small hand and kissed it gallantly.
I am very lucky to meet you again, my princess. And I would be most honored to marry you.